going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Now, this episode, you're definitely going to want to stick by because we're talking about my 4 candidates for the 2020 NFL Head Coach of the Year. Stay tuned.
Touchdown with Doug Smith, got him beat way late. Bricks provide the hits, paving tracks I lay.
So once again, as always, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. All right, so in this is going to be the first ever. Usually I do these prediction videos, and often what takes and happens is I give my prediction of what's going to go on. However, I'm going to take and present 4 candidates to you, and then I'm going to present who I think will probably be the best fit at the end. But if you feel different, if you feel the same, you agree, disagree, maybe you're somebody I even left out, go ahead, go right down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think. So first coach I want to take and talk about is going to be Mr. Cliff Kingsbury of the Arizona Cardinals, okay? Now, he came over, 2 seasons ago over from USC, and the guy, he took the Arizona Cardinals from a nasty 5-11 record from last year to where they are now. Currently, right now, they are a playoff contender, okay? Arizona Cardinals for many, many years, it's been no secret, they've been nothing short of chopped liver, okay? With the exception of a few good years throughout their franchise history. But I think all that is about to change. They have a franchise quarterback. Also, they had one of the most insane trades of the whole entire offseason as they took and they got Hopkins and they traded him for a washed-up running back, David Johnson. As we can see, we see how that's pretty much been going for Houston.
Message!
But nonetheless, Cliff Kingsbury has truly turned this team a full 180. It's going to be really, really excited to see how they end up finishing out the season. Coach number 2 on my list is none other than himself, Mr. Jon Gruden, a.k.a. Chucky. Folks, listen, Jon Gruden, wow, when he first came in, he truly turned that team upside down. He traded his best, probably one of the best defensive players at the time, Khalil Mack, over to the Chicago Bears, and people were saying, this guy is going to last 1 season if he does. What the heck are you doing trading your best guy? Also, as well, a lot of people were questioning, the quarterback controversy. You got Mariota, Carr, who is it who's going to be your starting guy? But folks, I'm saying not only are Las Vegas Raiders currently a playoff contender, I would even add them and go as far as to say that Jon Gruden also has these guys as a sleeper for the Super Bowl this year, okay? Guys, I'm going to say that they have the capability to beat any team in the NFL. That would not have happened if that was not for Jon Gruden himself, okay? The team last year took and came in were 7-9. They really weren't nothing pretty to look at. Now, they're looking like they could be any team in the NFL, okay? Nonetheless, I have Gruden here. He's drafting really smart, had an awesome draft this year, had an amazing offseason. The Raiders are looking more and more attractive to other players who are looking to ultimately maybe get a ring, possibly. So keep an eye out for this team, as they're definitely going to be a competitor for years to come now that Jon Gruden is back for a second time. Coach number 3 on my list is going to take and be head coach Brian Flores of the Miami Dolphins, okay? Now, this guy is a very, very serious competitor. I got to say, last year when the whole tank for Tua, hey, why are they trading all their best players? What the heck is going on? He came with an agenda to steal, kill, destroy, not the Miami Dolphins, but the rest of the league, because right now they're sitting pretty at 7-4. I wouldn't go as far as to say, okay, maybe a Super Bowl team. Oh, but you bet your bottom dollar that we are on our way. This guy continues to get questioned. Why didn't you start Tua week 1? Then you start Tua. Oh, how come you didn't keep Fitzpatrick and he's so great? Don't ever question Brian Flores and what his capabilities are going to do. He is one of 2 coaches who came off the Bill Belichick tree from New England, him and Mike Vrabel, who was actually successful. They actually took what they learned in New England and some would even say made it better elsewhere, okay? He's a coach who's very, very respected, and wow, with the Miami Dolphins, all the stuff that they're building, they're getting people to buy into the franchise. They're getting people to buy into the love of game of football. It's not all about money. It's to buy in. Whereas other teams, where Gruden in the past, he's made some mistakes, with Antonio Brown and stuff like that. Other coaches like that. So what's very, very interesting about Brian Flores is that I think out of all the coaches on this list, what makes him stand out is that he took a franchise that's been garbage for the last 2 decades, a franchise that has not had a quality quarterback in the last 2 decades, a franchise that has been mismanaged and went from being the gem of the National Football League. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Cliff Kingsbury, he basically took the Cardinals from chopped liver to being an NFL elite team. Well, let's put it this way. Head coach Brian Flores took the Miami Dolphins from Mississippi Chitlins to being an NFL elite team.
Message!
So He's had a lot more issues to take and go through and then ultimately fix. So making those tough decisions is not always easy when it comes to getting rid of star players. But at the end of the day, Brian Flores, if Miami Dolphins fans, if you're taking and watching this, this is the guy that you need to trust, and he needs to be on this list. If he don't win, he at least needs to be top 2. And finally, the final coach on this list. Folks, I have to take and call out Mr. Mike Tomlin. Folks, wow. 14 NFL seasons as the head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Never, ever had a losing season. We can't say that about Bill Belichick. We can't say that about a lot of other coaches, okay? This guy is not only a future Hall of Famer, he got and I'll be honest with you, for a little bit, I was about to call it Mike McCarthy syndrome because you're just doing good, you're winning well, but you're not adding additions to your team. Well, folks, right now, currently at the moment, we're sitting at week 12, I believe it is, and, well, the Steelers are undefeated. They're undefeated and no sign of slowing down. They got a young, healthy, girthy defense, some of the most exciting wide receiver core in the whole National Football League. And, well, Ben Roethlisberger, you should call him Ben Roethlis Salad because that boy lost a lot of weight and he's looking on gaining some more weight on that hand. We'll get a little more jewelry, if you know what I mean. Super Bowl.
Message!
That being said, I got to add him to this list because he's not only a future Hall of Famer, he has Pittsburgh winning again and actually being a real threat. Not to mention, you have a good mix of veterans who've been in the league and also young, healthy guys who they mesh really well together. You know, if you guys don't remember, you know, all the politics that kind of happened, you know, with Charlie Villanueva and stuff like that. And folks, there was a lot of conflict, and no other coach in the NFL Football League, at least that I know of, could take and make that happen and bring people together like Coach Mike Tomlin, okay? Especially in these crazy times that we're in right now. So, nonetheless, I have him on the list. Now, for my final decision. Now, mind you, I have 4 coaches. I have Jon Gruden. I have Cliff Kingsbury, head coach Brian Flores, and also head coach Mike Tomlin. And the winner is... That's right, folks. I have head coach Brian Flores winning head coach of the year for the 2020-21 season of the Miami Dolphins. And let me tell you why. No other team in the National Football League has more unknown players who are stars. No other coach has had to take and deal with the mess that Brian Flores had to deal with. If you look what's happening in Pittsburgh, yes, they're undefeated, but they have had stars for years and should have won at least one NFC championship multiple times. You look at Arizona, I feel like Cliff Kingsbury, he came into a situation, a very good situation, as did Jon Gruden as well too. Both of those guys not taking anything away from them. They keep heading down the path they are. I don't see no reason why they can't be future NFL Hall of Famers. I chose head coach Brian Flores because you look at the mess, and they had by far the worst roster last year, won 5 games. Their roster did get a lot better. They made a lot of very aggressive moves, but they're still taking and winning. You're getting guys like Van Ginkel and all these names that we've never heard of, but they're starting to become household names. You got the #1 scoring defense in the National Football League. You have the #1 cornerback in the National Football League. No, not Jalen Ramsey. That's right, Xavier Howard, X-Man in the house as well too. Brian Flores took and gave us an identity in our throwing game. He gave us identity in our defense. He gave us identity in having a culture, okay? Are there things to be improved on? Absolutely. You know, we signed Jordan Howard. He's gone. You know, we have a bunch of no-name running backs right now who are not household names, but nonetheless, we are getting the job done. And at this rate, while obviously we are not undefeated at the moment, we got 4 losses, but we got 7 wins. I definitely take and see us finishing out the season 12-4, even perhaps 11-5. But nonetheless, Brian Flores is the head coach of the year. That's my prediction. Well, folks, that's all I got for this episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, you can catch my videos on moneylinemedia.com. I'm not the only podcast on there. We also got Dudes Declassified on there. Also got Truth Be Told Sports, bunch of other great podcasts on there. Even got a fun app so you can take it with you on the go as well too. Also, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Hit the alert. That's a great way for you to follow up with my channel when new episodes take and come out. And also as well, I will be expanding sometime in January, early February around that time to Spotify as well as Apple Music as well too. So make sure you catch me on there here in the near time future. That being said, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Love you guys. Mwah.
The touchdown.